We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. We should be celebrating today as Mars has finally shifted direct. It remains in Cancer, and this is it's gonna stay there till mid-April. I want to talk about this transit a little bit. Even though we're wrapping it up, we're still feeling the aftermath and the effects as it begins to move forward into that forward momentum. That means life can return like normal. You might have felt like you weren't getting that much done since the holidays. Things have started off this year a little bit sluggish energetically, as when we're dealing with Mars retrograde, it helps us to turn within and to really focus on what we're putting our focus and our energy into. Now, this was to help us to clear things that might have been draining or taking up too much of our time. And so during this time, you should have got a little bit more clarity so that you can move forward with more ease and kind of get back to your to-do list and getting things done during this time. I hate to say it, but Mars retrograde was all about clearing the draining connections and energy vampire connections. One thing that can set our energy so far back is dealing with things that drain or siphon our energy. So you might have been made aware of some things that you may needed to let go of, or clearing up loose ends. And now you're ready to move forward and to get things done. Okay. Now, we also are getting ready for Venus retrograde, which shifts retrograde on March 1st in Aries. Now, this is important because we're already in the pre-retrograde period during this time. So we're already actually going through whatever's coming up for you right now are the themes that you're going to be going into this Venus retrograde. Sometimes because Venus rules our love life and finances and value, it's not the best for relationships. However, it's about making use of these alignments so that you can heal different areas. So when we deal with Venus retrograde, it's like looking back or cleaning out your karmic closet, as I call it, because sometimes you're still holding on to blocks, wounds, and issues that might be affecting your current love life and things like that. So it can bring up issues or unresolved issues from the past. It's very common. Exes can pop up and other things, especially if something hasn't been resolved. A lot of times we resolve things energetically within ourselves and heal things and kind of move on. So when we're dealing with navigating Venus retrograde energy, really, really powerful for healing our love life, healing any blocks and areas of finances, and also how we value ourselves. Remember, the concept of money is rooted in how much you value yourself and your time too. So we have these themes that are kind of continuing to come up. We're also getting ready for Mercury retrograde and 2 eclipses. So we're kind of dealing with that kind of retrograde energy again. Now, because Mars is moving forward, still in Cancer, we're dealing with, and I see this in the cards already, we're dealing with themes of home and family. And so you might be guided to pay attention still to your day-to-day, because Mars rules over our day-to-day routine and what we're doing, how we're taking care of ourselves, and what we're doing energetically within ourselves. So we've been clearing some major energy blocks so that we can move forward more, we'll say anew, or move forward smoothly. I'm going to start with a reading for the divine feminine just to start. Remember, these are just a general collective reading, so only take what resonates for your specific situation. This is why I recommend booking a session if you do need me. I have a ton of phone call reading options. I am an energy healer. I do a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on my website. I also do relationship and twin flame coaching, which is great for helping you through the process no matter where you're at on the journey. So if you need me, just go ahead and book a session on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. Let's get started with a reading for the divine feminine collective, divine masculine. If you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. I wasn't honest with you about my feelings at the time. And so this can be huge for either side of things, where sometimes you guys are having a hard time getting open, honest, and vulnerable, communicating how you feel or even your needs to your person. This is huge. Sometimes when you're dealing with that, and I had someone kind of telling me this morning, it could be rooted in fear of rejection or fear of getting too close or vulnerable or fear of getting hurt. There's different reasons why. Maybe you're needing to get a little bit more open and honest with your person and tell them how you feel, or maybe you regret that you didn't in the past share how you are feeling fully with this person. Our beliefs were just too different. I couldn't reconcile mine to yours. So usually you guys, while you have so many similarities, even the mirroring component with twin flames, where you guys are kind of mirroring whatever's going on within you at all times, or with this person, there's usually a mirroring component, which can make this connection very intense as you're having to work through and resolve more issues fast. It's meant to be very rewarding. You're not supposed to get stuck in negative energy or negative mindset when you do the inner work. And the inner work is required for everyone on the planet during this time. When you do the inner work, you notice so many rewards. Some of the inner work is staying positive, shifting out of negative beliefs, negative mindset, shifting your thoughts to stay more positive, getting more intentional with what you're manifesting moving forward. This is why your future is going to look like whatever you're manifesting or whatever you're putting out there. And it depends on the work that you're putting in to make some of these manifestations happen. That's why Mars retrograde was so needed, so that we could call back our power and our energy, so that we could kind of, we'll say, work on ourselves energetically, move forward. And so some of the work is being done on like the bigger collective level as we're navigating some of these spiritual energies and energy shifts and even collective energies. During this time, you should be feeling more energized, especially as we're hitting, we'll say, next month and things like that. As we're moving forward again, you'll start to feel a lot better energetically. So if you felt a little bit like in your hermit phase and you didn't feel like doing much, that will be shifting and you'll start to feel more energized. I'm confused about what I should do about my feelings for you. This person probably, I use the word trigger, probably stirs up a lot of deep emotions with you and things like that. Oftentimes, twin flame can have a triggering component where you guys are both triggered to heal yourselves and each other on a deeper level. So a lot of this work is done by yourself, kind of, we'll say, facing, acknowledging, and healing things that your twin flame may have triggered within you. I see a lot of people I want to say navigating the process, but struggling with energies being triggered. If your twin flame, this is a reading for Divine Feminine, is triggering strong emotions in you, negative energies or negative feelings, these are things that already existed within that you really need to heal and work through on your own. And so you may have some energies that are arising or being triggered to the surface clearly from the twin flame journey so that you can deal with it. Now, this is part of the twin flame cleansing process, and it depends on where you're at within the process, and you'll know by how you're feeling. It's all about maintaining that positive state and clearing any negative limiting beliefs, negative thoughts, and even negative energies and emotions. Okay, step into the spotlight. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. And so as you go through a lot of this process, as I call it, Earth, right? You get a lot of knowledge and wisdom. You learn how to transmute your wounds and heal them into knowledge and wisdom and experience in a very powerful way. Twin flames are way showers for the collective. You're meant to heal, shift into union, and do something together to help the planet. This could be helping other people going through the same ascension, awakening, or even twin flame process. This could be healing things. If you have healing gifts, it could be all sorts of things. You might be some type of light worker if you are a twin flame. Some of you guys have realized that and you're, doing roles within the awakening. Some of you guys maybe not so much. You might be struggling through your own process. It just kind of depends. This is all about mastering your energy. Mars moving forward is to help us. Like a lot of you guys are learning how to master your energy through your twin flame experience because you're really having to look at your own energy and where you're at with it too. All about taking care of your energy right now and where you're at, just energetically, of how you're feeling is a good telltale sign of how your energy is, not to mention how people are responding to your energy, right? Are you super magnetic and you're pulling everyone in, or are you still repelling people and the things that you're trying to manifest? It just kind of depends. So it's all about our energy state. This goes for twin flame, as when your energy is amazing and great, you're going to notice your twin flame very much around you. When not so great, purging a lot in a lot of negativity, a lot of negative energies, you're going to notice your twin flame probably withdraws, retreats, or goes away, right? We call that like the runner chaser cycle. Needing to really work on shifting your energy no matter where it's at, just continuing to work on your energy during this time, continuing to stay uplifted, raising your vibrational frequency, and most importantly, making time throughout your day to connect with source. This could be your spiritual practices, it could be prayer, it could be meditation, or just connecting to the spiritual. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. And I love this because I always know that we can heal anything that you set your mind to, literally. So maybe you're being guided to heal yourself and this connection during this time. This could be forgiving things that have happened in the past. Now, there might be issues that you thought you were past or that you'd work past, and because we're going into, I just say we're in it, we're in Venus retrograde, right? Because we are in that pre-shadow period. or phase. So since we're already in these energies, it may be bringing up things from your past. This could be to heal it more, to release blocks, or even to understand certain things that have happened. I can usually tell when you guys are obviously needing to heal something because you haven't let go of it fully. We're being guided to really let go of the past. In fact, it's already gone. However, sometimes we can have blocks or energy blocks because we haven't fully moved on from things that have happened. And then we tend to recreate or bring it into the now. We don't really want to do that. So we have a big space, just as Mars retrograde was about clearing energy blocks. Now that we're going into or shifting into Venus retrograde, it's all about clearing love and financial blocks and things like that in these areas. Time to open your heart. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal this situation. So, needing to let go. Ego loves to judge and observe and, and things like that. Needing to let go of that with your person, with yourself. It might be how you're seeing yourself and you're not seeing yourself still in your highest light. Or it could be with your twin flame. Some of you guys go through these cycles of how you're seeing things. Like, it just kind of depends. Seeing yourself and your twin flame in their highest light will help to bring that through. Okay, we have time. This is, and I love this because it's always my clock card. And I always talk about Saturn energies and karmic energies and twin flames. You are here to clear whatever baggage each of you are still holding on to. This is a reading for the Divine Feminine. Whatever you need to process, let go of, heal, whatever it is, things from your past that you haven't fully resolved. So some of you guys are navigating, this could be like karmic situations, connections you haven't fully let go of. Maybe you've let go of these things, but you obviously hold a lot of karmic wounds from previous connections. And it could be other things, but it's about healing the karmic wounds of your past and whatever you need to heal and let go of fully, as these things can come into or affect your love life. And it just is different for everyone as to what that baggage is, whatever you've been through in your past. So this is huge because your twin flame may trigger things to the surface, especially if they're things that you need to heal. Like your twin flame probably, if you have a problem with something, they might call you out on it or point it out or say something. It's different for everyone as to how this process will go or what you may need to work on. But oftentimes your DM is going to kickstart a big process for you, Divine Feminine, so that you can heal and fully heal and work on yourself and let go of your own sabotage and patterns, behaviors that need to go. It's basically anything no longer serving you when we're dealing with Venus retrograde. It's like self-love, healing, working on yourself, managing your time and your energy, what you're putting your focus on, and really, really allowing this Mars moving forward to fuel and to reignite your inner passion, desires, and what you're focusing on right now. Huge focus on abundance. Now, of course, when we're dealing with retrograde energy, I feel it will highlight all of the blocks. It's like everything stops. Yeah, I know. Welcome to standing still in time again. It's like everything stops. But if you have, like, say, a lot of negative beliefs about love, money, but we're kind of talking finances right now, just shifting gears. And if you have a lot of negative beliefs, your beliefs make up your patterns, your programming, thus your reality and what you will attract and what you will create. So this might be highlighting wounds that you have, any areas of lack that you feel about yourself, your connection, love, or even finances during this time. And as you heal these areas that need it, that a lot of times you guys are like, with the healing, I notice collectively the energies are rising and you're becoming more self-aware of each layer. It's like you move through one problem and another might come up, like, right? Within yourself, within things that, like, your wounds are being highlighted on the twin flame journey. Like, I'm having a problem with this. I feel this way about myself, or, you know, this has triggered this, how I feel on a deeper level. Things like that are coming up. But as you're healing these layers, I was saying we collectively are starting to notice a lot of really, really positive shifts that are happening, especially the past couple of years as you're doing this work. It's very, very rewarding, and you are noticing a lot of positive changes in your life as you're doing this work too. So you might be healing something, and this doesn't have to always be, yes, it's about your finances and love, but it's also about how you feel about yourself and how much you're valuing who you are as a person, how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, and how that is reflected back to you through the connections closest to you and also your twin flame connection. Okay, so we have your inner voice. This is what you're telling yourself all day long. Negative thoughts, create a lot of stress and, you know, whatever. Positive ones are going to really uplift you and uplift your frequency. And so a lot of this comes down to doing the inner work of how you're talking to yourself, what you're thinking about all day, and what you're focusing on. Now, a lot of times, one of the biggest problems I see on the divine feminine side is you guys start to really hyper focus on your masculine, causing problems, like, because you're not supposed to be. And it gets a little obsessive, that's all I'm saying. And then it tends to create a push energy. So we have this push-pull dynamic that oftentimes plays out with twin flames. And needing to flip that energy, whether you're needing to work on yourself, your own healing, it's like all you see is them. When you're needing to be true enlightenment path and healing path is to look within and to fix yourself and to work on yourself. And to work on your, I call it your side of things, okay? So you're being guided to shift your focus to your own healing, your own life, and areas that you need to work on during this time, because it will really, really help you with your overall dynamic, no matter what's going on in your twin flame situation. It's going to help heal things. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, and this is number one. I love this card. It could be past life card, so you know that, but it also can indicate if in separation, that reunion happening, that union happening, going to the next level. But in order to get there, this is past life healing. So this indicates we know twin flame is a powerful past life connection, but it also has a lot to do with your childhood issues. And this is like thinking of your past, nostalgia. So don't be surprised if this Venus energy is already opening up wormholes to your past and things you need to, like, things you're focusing on. This could be nostalgia, childhood memories coming up, things that your twin flame triggers that could be, you know, take you back into your past or things like that. It just kind of depends. So there's some type of healing of your past that's coming up. This could be inner child wounds and blocks. It could be previous relationship stuff. Okay, we have the Page of Swords, and this is my, usually it's like being a little guarded and closed off, but it's like some of you guys, and I hate to say this, but I'm just going to say it, some of you guys have like stalker tendencies and need to work on that, because it's not healthy for you or this other person, okay? Like if you're hyper fixated on checking their social media, what they're doing, where they are, not good, okay? Red flags. But, and sometimes it's to the extreme, like I've seen, okay? So maybe needing to dial down. And then also, so this is like maybe sometimes you're spending a little bit too much time on their page and social media, or tapping in what they're doing, where they are, what they're thinking, like needing to dial that down. And this is also like, sometimes you guys are a little bit guarded because you're looking for issues when you're doing that behavior, because then you're expecting issues. And then I hate to say it, sometimes you tend to create issues, because I feel we manifest everything. So where you put your focus and your energy, you think there's a problem, suddenly a problem pops up. I'm just saying, just be mindful of that if you have unhealthy tendencies to be a little too hyper fixated. And I'm bringing this up because I see it across the collective a lot, because I do so much work with just so many different people. And I'm seeing a theme of that coming up during this time. So you might be guided to really work on your energy and kind of dialing it down so that you're not pushing, we call it pushing so much of your energy towards your twin flame, which can have an opposite impact. If we think of someone all the time, that is a good thing, but sometimes it can make people feel a little crazy on the other end of that push energy, if you didn't notice. Okay, Six of Wands. This is like, usually this is my spotlight energy, very Leo energy. Whoever's getting this reading, it's like being in the spotlight. This is like being popular, but then all of a sudden we have this flip energy too. And this is like, you need to work on your self-esteem and confidence and your willpower. Now that's huge after getting out of Mars retrograde, which can make you, we've had a big focus on what has been zapping our power. And welcome to the planets. Why have I been so tired lately of the planets? But I mean, in your actual life. But now that is moving forward, this is a chance for us to, some of you guys, everyone, right, are working on getting that confidence back, you know, working on your solar plexus, self-esteem, healing rejection wounds, healing things that have come up on the energy level. Some of this could have been kind of, I say, zapping your energy, like some of the planets lately, some of the collective energies, but you should be, positive news, starting to feel a lot better and now able to show up in your full energy, more confident too. So sometimes we have issues, and we call them relationship insecurities, that twin flame can specifically highlight if you guys didn't notice. So maybe you're healing something or areas of insecurity within your relationships, past problems. So when we deal with Venus retrograde. And it's so important that we're looking to ourselves and our relationship patterns so that we can understand how we're interacting with other people and maybe shift into a little bit of healthier interactions and things like that. So until we fully look within and heal our own patterns, sometimes we tend to play them out over and over again unconsciously. So we want to become a little bit more consciously aware of our own patterns, habits, and tendencies as we're moving into Venus, we'll say Venus retrograde energy too, okay? So this will help you. So you might be healing some type of solar plexus. This could be energy imbalances. Maybe you've been given a little too much and pouring a little too much and you're needing to just pull back and like recharge. Today, it is Sunday, right? Maybe you're needing to integrate this shift fully and you're needing to like kind of refill your cup for the work week. Or maybe you've been putting a little bit too much, because we're talking balances, a little bit too much of focus on your twin flame. This could be like hanging out with them a little too much or just thinking about them a little bit too much. And then you're giving them a lot of your energy and it could be taking a toll on you. So just being guided to rest, recharge, and restore your energy as we're integrating this shift. Okay, last card for Divine Feminine. Some of you guys have been sad. You've been focusing on everything that you've lost in your life, having regrets, past heartbreak, whatever it is. And this is just emotional baggage. So when we're dealing with this shift of Mars direct, it's amazing for emotional healing of what we need to heal emotionally. So we have a lot of heavy emotions that are surfacing. Twin flame can also trigger these things. Some of you guys are feeling upset, abandoned. Always remember that these are illusions with the twin flame. You're not separate. You never have been. They're right there with you. Like, right? If you've met them, they're right there with you. And maybe you're needing to focus on yourself and to heal whatever areas are coming up or being triggered so that you can do this. If you're apart, even if you're together, you're going to have old emotional wounds that are surfacing, especially within the ascension. We're learning how to master this ascension and to heal different areas that may need it. So when we're navigating any type of Cancer energy, sometimes Cancer is not like real fast results. It's like in it for the long term or, you know, whatever it is. It's not like one of these real fast, like, you know, signs like Aries or something. It's a little bit of a slow moving sign. That's okay. But it's all about how you're nurturing yourself and taking care of those around you too. So we have a big focus on taking care of your home lifestyle as we're Mars and Cancer. Mars is not great in Cancer, but I feel it's needed during this time so that we can learn how to better take care of our energy, protect it, and nurture it. Okay, let's do a reading for the Divine Masculine side, Divine Feminine if you're watching, messages from your masculine. I know we've been together in past lives. I recognize you. You were never a stranger to me. Okay, so this is my past life stuff because we're dealing with Venus, which is going retrograde. We're dealing with a lot of past life energy. You have been anyways. A lot of your connections may have been hard to go through because they were rooted in karma or even past life karmic connections. As you're clearing and decluttering some of these connections, you can move forward. Some of you are purging out a lot of deep-rooted karmic attachments in this life. Now let's shift the focus. This is a twin flame reading. Your twin flame is also a past life connection. One of the biggest things that has gotten in the way of twin flame unions is karma. Because then you have to go work it off with the karmic partners and things come up in the middle, okay? You have done so much clearing work and letting go of the old so that you could come into this union. Make sure if you're not in union, you're keeping things open for union, and in union that you're continuing to heal. We talked about healing the karmic wounds of your past. This will help you with your union so that you're able to come into a closer, more harmonious, better union too. So once you're in union, you know, you have to kind of work at staying balanced with this person. So this is a powerful past life connection. This is why sometimes when you meet your twin flame, you're like, oh, there's my person. This is the one, you know, and usually you know that very fast, or there's that recognition about this person or what's drawn you to them in the first place. It's easier being with someone from my world. Some of you guys, this isn't for everyone, but some of you guys may have felt that the karmic soulmate connections are a lot. These are two types, but karmic or soulmate connections were a lot easier. Usually karmics start out as the whirlwind and you think this is your person and then it goes real bad. Usually you can tell those by how they end, right? And I always think karmics as very implosive usually at the end. It depends. Soulmates are much easier. A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm with my twin flame, and they're most likely with a soulmate because they haven't gone through that twin flame process. Twin flame is actually a hard lesson that's going to challenge you and shake things up and make you have to heal. Okay, soulmates are just very smooth. Usually you'll come together and maybe you'll have, you know, marriages, family, things like that with these type of connections, and there isn't the disharmony. And like I posted it on my videos, stars merging, and it's like, you kind of dance around each other until both of your universes collapse and you create a supernova. And like, universes implode with twin flames, and it requires a lot of inner work and healing, but so rewarding too, to come back together with the only person that you're meant to be with, right? So we have different types of connections that we may have experienced during our time on Earth, and they all serve a purpose. And so sometimes people can feel very challenged by the twin flame connection, as they literally are like kind of holding up a mirror to the deeper healing work, energy work, and inner work that you need to do. So usually your twin flame is not going to enable your negativities or your negative patterns, whereas karmics will. They feed on that. Like enabling usually your twin flame, when it starts getting crazy or whatever, they're not gonna enable it. They're gonna, step back, so you have to do that inner work or whatever it is. It just kind of depends. So usually if you're navigating a separation, then you're needing to just work on yourself, or just kind of sit with yourself about what's coming up within your own self, within your own layers, within your own thoughts of the work that needs to be done. Once this work is fully done, you're supposed to be in union, right? And have kind of smoothed through any of the issues and challenges and things like that. Now, we're dealing with this Venus retrograde energy, which is really good if you guys are in a separation, but to help you to heal and work through and resolve any issues. Maybe you thought you have, there might be more layers coming up, right? But it's meant to help you in a good way. So remember, these retrogrades can really, really help us with any blockages that need to go. So they're really good for everyone. When times got tough, I gave up on you too soon. So like I was saying, just know that some of you guys have had to navigate other connections. Some of these could be right in the middle of knowing your twin flame. It just kind of depends. And some of you guys, that's the runner pattern of like giving up. I kind of posted a funny video. Like when people are like, I give up, I'm like, okay, yeah, the universe may have other plans for you. I'm just putting that out there. So there's always what's going on in our mind, and we call that ego, and what we want. Sometimes we're needing to surrender our ego and kind of allow, I call it divine will, to unfold and to align with source and what source is trying to bring through for us in our lives. Twin flame is one of these situations where generally the universe has bigger plans for us. That's why sometimes you guys didn't know that you had a twin flame. You meet them, they might appear, they might come into the picture. So it's also allowing this process to unfold. You are protected. You're safe from within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. So you might be also healing confidence wounds. This could be from the twin flame journey, that it really does trigger a lot. If you guys are learning apart, as I call it, separation, then know that you guys might have had a lot of raw stuff that was being triggered. And guess who triggers twin flames the most? You guys trigger each other. Don't be shocked if there are spaces where you may need to tend to your own stuff, whether old wounds or whatever is coming up, because they could be a little bit raw. And if you keep hitting the same spots, it can be very painful. So sometimes you're needing that space, if you are in space apart, to heal certain wounds that have been triggered on both sides. Change is coming. I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. Recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. And you're getting the divine guidance in many different forms. This could be people around you helping you. This could be the angel numbers that you're seeing. This could be like in many, many different forms. It could be literally, you could be watching a movie and it reminds you of your twin flame or your twin flame situation. Like you're seeing something that you guys both love together. I know someone, they love the same, we'll say some of the same things, and like they're seeing it and thinking of their twin flame, or it's just the angel numbers, or it could be just this person coming to mind, seeing little reminders, like you're having your favorite food at a restaurant and it was their favorite food, like, right? And you love all of the same things, and you can easily tell them about your day or whatever it is. So you're getting little reminders of your twin flame. This is the universe giving you little nudges and keeping you on course. Sometimes that comes from just thinking about your person. Strengthen your faith. And this is a journey where you're needing to work on yourself spiritually and to connect with source. When we get disconnected, we tend to look at other people for our needs, or I say energy needs and things like that. You're needing to really connect with source. Sometimes we can get a little disconnected in life and we don't realize that. And like twin flame kicks you into gear to get you to sometimes out of dark night of the soul, separation, soul shock, to turn towards the spiritual. Doing more things that are good for your energy will really, really help you. Nourish yourself, take care of your soul, take care of your energy right now. This could be more energy healing, meditation, just making space for your spiritual practices, getting spiritual. Passion. So we have this, and Venus is in Aries. It's like going after what you want energy. However, I described it, like you're might be hitting a brick wall with things, and that's okay. So if you feel this is a pause on things, separation's a pause, right? Putting things on hold. Okay, doesn't surprise me. Sometimes Venus retrograde can bring issues up. It can bring breakups if people are with karmic connections. All sorts of things can happen during these retrograde periods, right? But they're a time to really think on and reflect on what you want in your love life. Free yourself from tension. You might be carrying around a lot of stress, whatever's coming up with you. Time to let it go. So I talked about this being a space to let go of what's no longer serving you. This is the negative energies you've been holding on to, emotional baggage, trauma, things like that. Not yet. This isn't for everyone, but some of you guys might feel like I say working a process. Like, right? I describe it like that. You're working a process. And this could be your ascension process. This could be your spiritual awakening process. This could be your twin flame journey. You are literally working a process. And it's all about the inner work that you're doing. And so if you're working hard to shift out of negative thoughts, beliefs, and programs and patterns, you're going to start to see amazing results day after day, improving yourself, your energy, and even your life. Your life is going to really be reflective of the amount of work that you're doing too. So if you want to be living your dream life, you want to be doing the inner work to shift out of negative thoughts, beliefs, and things that are holding you back. I always say this is why it's really beneficial to get some help with this. This is why I do the sessions I do with you guys, to help you with your blind spots and shifting out of patterns. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. This is like, some of you guys might feel like you're in limbo a little bit. I describe that as the 40. Like you've had a spiritual awakening and you're in the 40, and you might feel like you're in a very void or in between space. You're not fully in the 5. Maybe you're getting these glimpses of the 5 when you're with your twin flame, or, you know, or by yourself, of course. And it just kind of depends. So you might feel a little bit like in between. Separation is like that to navigate. Some of you guys might go through spaces of separation or multiple. It depends on what you're needing. And so that can be like it, or just within yourself, like you're trying to find yourself, you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're trying to figure out where you're going. Some of you feel trapped in stuck and trapped in old situations and things you haven't healed fully from or released. This could be negativities within yourself, actual external situations, karmic energies. It just kind of depends. And you're needing to shift your perspective of how you're seeing things. So this is like the inner work of the thoughts and things like that, because you have a lot of wounds from your past. And it's like every wound, right, is a wound that you still kind of have open, and you probably think you were pretty fine. like some of you guys thought you were pretty healed till you met your twin flame, or you were fine, and it's like it rips open old wounds, okay? And you have a lot of them, things that you've been through. This can trigger, like I said, dark night of the soul moments, hopefully not the whole cycle, but this can be old wounds coming up. This could be, you know, feeling painful areas in the energy or the chakras. It could be just things that you're needing to tend to. It could be unhealed issues that you thought were fine, and suddenly your twin flame is like shining it. We use that spotlight card energy. It's like they're shining a spotlight on all your little cracks, like, right? All the insecurities, places you didn't feel good within yourself. You were okay in the other previous connections, but it's like twin flame kind of shines a little spotlight on you, or a flashlight on you, drawing attention to areas that you may need to heal, or you're just not feeling good enough within yourself, okay? And it's just all about yourself right now, that work. So this is Strength card. This is always my Leo card. I said a lot of Leo energy coming through. It doesn't surprise me, because even though we're Mars direct in Cancer, it's going to shift into Leo, we'll say mid-April. So we're kind of navigating, we've been flip-flopping, just like with this Venus retrograde. It's going to start out in Aries, but also go back to Pisces. So it's kind of back and forth. So we've been this Mars energy, but it's been back and forth between Cancer and Leo. This is once again highlighting balancing your emotions, inner strength and confidence. This is overcoming fear, doubt, worry, and anxiety, solar plexus work. And I always say, I feel from the work I've done, and obviously healing myself and other people, that a lot of anxiety is rooted in attachments. And we don't notice, because we have these attachments our whole life, a lot of the time. And twin flame tends to trigger things like attachments on the energy level and work we need to do energetically. This could be solar plexus work, it could be energy attachments, it could be karmic attachments, different things like that that can trigger this within our twin flame experience, journey, and situation. Sometimes they kind of shine a light on, we talked about the fear, doubt, worry, and things can surface on the mental level or the energy level. It just kind of depends. So of course, healing these things help you to show up in more confidence. The truly healed divine masculine is going to show up very, very confident. But of course, sometimes we have to do the journey of healing the things that are weighing on us, insecurities, things we need to work on. We talked about that to truly get there, to get into that energy. I'm not talking faking it, I'm talking embodying it and doing the energy work required so that you can show up more confident and in this healed masculine energy. So of course, it's taking a look at all of the things that might be taking a toll on our energy. Sometimes it's things within, sometimes it's not everything in our external situation. It's our thoughts, it's our narratives, it's how we're responding to things, and even our chakra system and stuff like that. We have a lot of shared work happening on both sides of this reading. Divine masculine also being guided to heal your solar plexus. You might have a lot of unhealed childhood trauma you've been through. This could be from previous relationships or even old emotions stuffed within that we didn't process, that could be kind of blocking up your solar plexus. So some type of solar plexus work will really, really help you. That's why I'm such a fan of I have so many amazing healings on my website that will really, really help you with your energy and of course your actual situation happening too. So I have tons of healings. I always say just go with what you're intuitively guided to. They're all really, really going to help you on your journey. But have a beautiful rest of your day. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com.